Hi everyone. To all the low carbers out there, ketogenic, ketovore, and carnivore. Welcome to my channel. I am doing a 30-day update since I went full carnivore. And just to give you a little background, the reason why I decided to go full carnivore is because I was in a 4-month stall where I wasn't losing any weight. And I knew it was my fault, obviously. It was because being keto for a year and 4 months, I really got into baking keto desserts. And with that, you use a lot of nut flour, you use a lot of sweeteners like the stevia or monk fruit or erythritol. Um, and at the end of the day, that does add up. It's not carb free. It is, low carb, but it does impact your body where you just don't lose if you are consuming a lot or if you're consuming every day as part of your daily meal plan or diet intake or, however you want to plan out your week by week meal plans. If it's a part of it, it can stall you after a while. If you have a lot of weight to lose, it doesn't matter in the beginning, but after a while, it does impact your weight loss. So, with that being said, I decided okay, there are a lot of information out there from watching YouTube videos featuring Dr. Eric Wetzman, nutritionist Amy Berger, Dr. Ken Berry, nut flours, sweeteners, dairy can impact it. And one of the things that Dr. Ken Berry mentioned is that just focus on one ingredient food, whole foods. So I decided to just go all meat and all fat and, make it really simple for myself to manage my keto dessert cravings and to hopefully break my stall in weight loss. And from the 30 days, I have managed to lose 5 pounds. And I don't have that much more to lose. I only have probably 20 more pounds to lose. But that's my personal goal. I could stop now and go back to keto and enjoy the keto sweets if I really wanted to. Now, I did have one slip up in these 30 days of carnivore where I was making a keto cheesecake fluff for my husband because he still follows the ketogenic diet. And it wasn't an out of control slip up. Like, I didn't eat the whole entire bowl full of cheesecake fluff or anything like that. But the electric hand mixer, the two attachments on there. Yeah, I went old school and was licking that like I was a little kid, eating cake batter or something. But other than that, I feel great. 30 days with 2 more months to go has been more of a struggle than I thought it would be. As far as kicking the keto sweets and desserts that I usually eat at least 3 times a week or even more, depending on my emotional habits. When I first went keto, my emotional habits were binge eating. I would binge on food to the point that I can feel it creeping back up to in my throat, like I needed to throw up, but I never threw up. I just would keep eating, and I was never satisfied. And I know now that that was a psychological thing more than a physical thing for needing food, because food is supposed to just be fuel and nourishment for the body. And I was eating all processed, takeout, box dinners, junk, everything. And I didn't care. And once I went keto, I realized all of these horrible eating habits that I had. And that really helped change my life for the better. and then now going carnivore with more restriction. I try not to focus on the don't eat this, don't eat that. This is what you need to eat. That is what you need to eat. Bacon, good. Butter, good. Beef, good. Pork, good. All of that stuff. But I still struggled. I got to the point where I emotionally started to hate eating carnivore. But I'm still sticking with it. And I'm still telling myself, like, just keep doing it. 1 month isn't enough for me to physically and emotionally feel the change. I know that now. So I have to keep going for the full 90 days. The interesting thing is that there, from other Facebook groups that I'm a part of that are carnivore, some people still miss veggies, even though they've been on carnivore for over a year. I don't miss veggies at all. So right then and there, I know that it's the keto sweets and the keto desserts that I just need to, put the brakes on for a while. I have struggled with increasing my fat intake because with fat, it's easy to do. Animal fats, add duck fat, add bacon grease to whatever you're cooking. But I feel like I do need to amp it up more, especially when I am close to and starting my menstrual cycle. Meat organs. I did start taking beef liver raw every day. And then probably 2 weeks ago, I stopped doing that. There was some new information from Nutrition with Judy Cho, who is a nutritionist, and she takes on clients. She's completely booked right now, but she wrote the book The Carnivore Cure, and she does follow the carnivore diet, and she does believe in getting all of your nutrients in, and she would suggest and recommend beef liver as part of your nutrient intake, but there have been some recent new information how people are suffering from, or people can get vitamin A toxicity and copper toxicity because 4 ounces of beef liver contains an extremely high amount of both of those vitamin and minerals, so it can have a negative impact on your body. So I decided, I don't like meat organs. I don't see the point in eating them. So I decided to stop doing that. As for vitamin C, I know that part of the reason to eat organs is to get your vitamin C in. And since I am not doing that, I do something that's not carnivore. I just add a squeeze of fresh lemon, the juice of it, into my water and drink that. So that way I know that I'm getting in some vitamin C and it won't infect, there won't be a chance of me getting scurvy. I'm not really worried about scurvy, but better safe than sorry. I do drink bone broth. I don't do it every day, but I probably should because I do practice weightlifting. Nothing intense, no, not powerlifting. I'm just starting out, so baby steps. I could barely do 8-pound dumbbell curls, so it's a work in progress. But yeah, I do make my own bone broth. I use an Instapot, and it's a mix of bone marrow, beef bone marrow, and beef bones, and just drink 1 cup a day. That way, you're getting in all of those electrolytes that when you cook it, and then also you're getting in protein and collagen. And collagen is essential for hair, skin, nail health, but also for musculoskeletal health with your joints, tendons, and ligaments. The mantra with low carb, high fat diet is eat when hungry and eat till full. That is much harder than it seems because in a society of weight loss and fitness industry, you're supposed to eat in moderation, small plates every 2 to 3 hours, 5 to 6 meals a day. And that habit is hard to break when you are going low carb, high fat. And the benefits of going low carb, high fat is that you're not eating small increments of food several times a day. You may start off with eating just 3 meals a day and then maybe slowly work your way up to 1 meal a day. Some people can function off of 1 meal a day. I'm not one of those people. I have to have 2 meals a day, sometimes a snack in between. But the whole point of that is to make sure that you are giving your body a moment to completely balance out hormones and blood sugar level. Because if you are consistently eating small meals a day or just daily grazing, your body is not getting the break it needs to just balance. And that's the whole point. And there's a lot of evidence-based science behind it. I don't have that information with me at the moment, but please feel free to do your own research when it comes to balancing out your hormones. Bulletproof coffee has become my new favorite thing. I never did it when I was on keto because I'm like, ugh, butter and coffee? That sounds so gross. But now I realize I need to increase my fat intake, so it's become my new best friend. All you do is take 10 ounces of black hot coffee and a tablespoon of butter, put it in a blender, so that way it blends well and gets frothy. And that's it. That's all you need. And this morning, it is day 2 of my period. And, it's pretty intense. The flow, the pain, the cramps, the fatigue. When it hits hard. It's different for every woman, I'm sure. So I did that this morning and had 3 strips of bacon with my Bulletproof coffee. The cramps have completely slowed down. They're not intense, barely noticeable. They're still there, but it's not keeping me in a fetal position on the floor, holding myself in pain or anything like that. So that is a bonus, and that is without having ibuprofen or any other painkillers this morning as well. The benefits that I've gotten so far in 30 days of carnivore is better sleep. There are times where I don't get a full 7 hours of sleep, but according to my Fitbit tracker, I'm getting deeper sleep, and I do feel more awake when I get up in the morning than before. So that is a super duper bonus. And I do have more energy to the point where I don't know what to do with all this energy. And I do work out after a full day of work. So I'm sure it will balance out more, but we'll see how that goes. And like I said, I find, with the weight stall that I had for 4 months, where the scale wasn't moving at all, I finally broke that stall, getting rid of all of the nuts, seeds, and I still eat dairy, but it doesn't have a negative impact on me like it may for other people where they're lactose intolerant or just dairy sensitive. But I did break it. I've lost 5 pounds in 30 days, which is amazing. And like I said, I don't have a lot of weight to lose left, so I will probably be a slow loser in the next months to come with my weight loss progress. Electrolytes. I do take supplements. I take potassium supplements and magnesium supplements. And for my sodium intake, I add a teaspoon of Redmond's Real Salt into about 32 ounces of water. I do that twice a day to make sure my sodium intake is up, because I do notice that if I'm low on sodium, I will get little headaches. And that's my way of recognizing, like, I need more electrolytes. Another thing that I did suffer when I first started keto, everyone goes through the keto flu, but after that, I would suffer with dizziness, lightheadedness, palpitations in the middle of the night that would wake me up, muscle cramps that would wake me up in the middle of the night, especially my feet and my legs, and headaches. So, don't be afraid to use supplementation if you have to. Some people don't have to, depending on their dietary intake. If you're following keto, You do get a lot of your minerals intake from the avocados and leafy greens and vegetables and stuff. But for carnivore, it can be tricky in the beginning. I know that people do use supplements in the beginning and then slowly don't have to anymore because their body has adjusted by getting the nutrients they need from the meat and fat intake. So everyone's different. You got to just always listen to your body and switch things up and see what works and what doesn't work. I have had periodontal disease, which is chronic gum disease, for over 10 years. And part of that was due to poor oral health, excuse me. Part of that was due to poor oral health with hygiene. And also, I used to be a cigarette smoker. And my last dental cleaning was 2 weeks ago. Now, normally with dental cleaning, my teeth are hypersensitive. I feel the pain from the scraping. I feel the pain from them using the water pick to clean out any buildup around my gum line. That didn't happen this time. As someone with severe gum disease and a dental implant right there, because my adult tooth never grew in, so it was a congenital condition in my case, which is, rare. I have healthier gums than before, less tartar buildup than before, minimal plaque buildup than before. So this is still a work in progress with my oral health as far as my gum health is. So that's why I think it was important for me to also have that squeeze of lemon juice with my water in the morning, because I wanted to make sure that, as far as oral health, that my gums don't suffer, from potential scurvy. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, it's a work in progress. And like I mentioned before, I am a binge eater, and going low carb, high fat has been a huge positive impact on my life. I no longer emotionally eat. I eat for nutrients. I eat to satiate myself when I'm hungry, and it has done wonders for my mental health. It has done wonders for my body, and I'm hoping that everyone will realize the benefits of low carb, high fat. Now with carnivore, you do intake more protein, and I honestly thought that I wouldn't lose any weight the first 30 days because, you're really cranking up the protein there with the fat. But I've managed to just lose 5 pounds, and I am really happy with that. So whatever your decision is, keto, ketovore, or carnivore, just know that there are options out there to slowly start, baby steps. You can start with just taking in 150 grams of carbs per day and then decreasing it from there while you're increasing your fat intake. I I went in hardcore when I started keto. I did 20 grams or less, and it was 20 net carbs. And then after a while, I did 20 total carbs. And now doing zero carbs, except for maybe one or two when it comes to bacon or cheese or other highly processed meats like breakfast sausage, in a tube. I do recommend that if it's really, really hard for you to kick the carb and sugar, start off slow. Don't torment yourself. This is an emotional and psychological change, not just physical. And you're the one that has to go through it. So baby steps all the way. All right, thanks.